All true knowledge comes through doing. How do you interpret the times and the seasons? Well, I think that thinking that you must don't necessarily mean that it is the case, because if so, I'll be issuing the wrong prescription, and maybe I will be subscribing to something that's not so due to a wrong diagnosis. It says that in some written text that they were in one place and in one accord. That's key. They were in one place. They occupied the same time and space and consciousness. And you know, when you instrument, you're playing chords. They were in harmony. And there must be some principles that supports any operation to bring things in accord with the seasons. So you're dealing with you're looking at the symptoms and the causes rather than dealing with things on face value. Anything that we do in life, whether it's in business, whether it's in as a family, there is some principles that support it, and it brings those brings it in accord of what you are about and what you stand for. Now, there are those who are driven by material success, and then there are those who are just merely principle driven. So in this material world or society, the material is used to support the operation of a particular mission. Also, you can determine the extent of the sacrifice that one will make in his or her operation, whether it be business, whether it be organization, and you need something to support it. You may need material resources, and you may have an idea, and you may need people to buy into the idea to support the operation. More importantly, you need people to have integrity, and you need people with morals, and you need people who have principle about it. You know. Yet you could use a individual that could cause harm. Much as I do not like to use those terms, but you can use the money for him, to support your the mission of your operation, and you see how it is governed, and it can be governed by that which is instead of moral, it is immoral. I like to say I operate as a social health engineer, and I use information to support that. I use my funds, financial, material means to support that. My addiction and my language and my behavior support that only because I'm trying to counter what has been working against the social well-being of people, and that is that we have been left to our own devices, and the misuse of the devices, such as our faculties, our use of our limbs and technology and money and processing things and converting things as a operating as a machine or mechanics or mechanisms. It has been socially engineered with the incorrect intent that it's causing more harm than good. And as you look at even the distribution of even wealth, and even if one have been denied of it for such a time, and when he or she gets a hold of it, he or she has not been prepared or equipped, he or she will misuse it and will abuse it. And if he or she has been denied the what word I want to use as far as being deprived of certain rights and certain rising to a certain status in life, and then he or she gets that in the manner and way in which he or she has achieved it, can be very underhanding and undermining and even debilitating, because what he or she had to go through to get to that particular point in his or her life. This messes up human relations and human relationships, and our family and our friends. We become more divided because we are not interpreting the causes and the symptoms. Whether we're looking at things on face value and knowing that anything And looking at the correct interpretation is to look at the principles which governs any operation. Anything that you say and anything that you do. Until next time, talk to you.